I'm feeling good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You guys feeling good?
Yes.
It's a good day.
It is a good day. And it's the Valentine's Day week.
Yeah. Now, when I say I'm doing good, I mean, do I also have a little bit of a flu? Yeah.
I mean,
But I
think
still feel great.
It's definitely more of a man cold.
Well,
you have a man cold.
I'm on the other side of the man cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Melody just has a cold.
Yeah.
Standard cold. Melody hanging in there, bud?
No.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah. It's always a week, but you can feel great in the middle of it, right?
You can.
I'm just convinced there's going to be a dog in the hospital. Someone's going to be sick. But even in the midst of that, you can do a podcast.
Yeah.
And it can be a great day. And it's Valentine. I just had a birthday.
Yes, you did.
Feeling a little bit older, a little sicker, but in a great mood.
Old and sick.
Old and sick, but in a wonderful mood. And yeah, part of getting older is you become more like your parents a little bit every year.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you just get to be an older version of yourself.
Yeah. I've really thought of like, how did I become such a dad? You know, because if your 16-year-old self could see like your adult self, like what would they say? You know, like
you're neurotic.
A little bit. Well, that was very specific. I mean, more like in broad terms, not me in particular. But
yeah,
I did have the thought that I think I've been engineered to be a dad through like marketing through my whole life.
What kind of marketing?
Well, you know, when you're 16, you would never see like an economy-sized van and be like, oh, I got to get me one of those one of these days. You know what I mean? You wouldn't see some like a polo shirt, Dockers, like a leather belt, and some New Balances on and be like, man, where do I pick up one of those?
No.
You gradually get to that. And here's why I think that I have been marketed into becoming a dad. It started before we had Melody, right? I wanted to get a dad vest. Do you remember the dad vest?
Yeah, you got a North Face brand dad vest.
Yeah.
And it was black puffer vest.
Mm-hmm.
And you wore it because we would go hiking all the time.
I think that was the first. Well, it wasn't the hiking thing. Now I think about it.
Well, you would wear the North Face fleece zip-ups. And it was like, because Monterey was always like 65. So the fleece zip-up was just not enough. But a jacket, like a coat would be too much. The puffer vest was like a happy medium.
No, I think it's great. But I think the more I've realized I wasn't the only one. There's all of these other dads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did we get on the same page? And it's similar to all the, you know, that cool 30-year-old couple or like 25-year-old couple that's now 30 and they have two little ones. All of a sudden they are showing off their new minivan.
Right.
And they're really stoked on it. But it's so, and they're very practical, but you just want to be like, how did you get here? And how is everyone else in this category, did they get there?
Mm-hmm.
And even little things like at my age, like I have certain hobbies that I'm into, but I'm not alone. Like it's not original. I think we're being, like there's an algorithm that I think is like pumping certain things.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example, right? Next door neighbor. He and I, we've never met each other before we moved in. But we're the same age, live in the same neighborhood. We drive the exact same car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe even down to the year. And even little things, like I saw that he had a little fire pit out there. And I was like, oh, that's a cool, like that's that Solo stove. I have the exact same Solo stove. We might even have the same dad vest. I'm just saying, like, it's, how are we getting into all the same stuff and buying the same stuff, like minivans and vests? Here's a perfect example is, when did I get into barbecue and smoking? Because I think every man faces this crossroads where like, am I going all in on this and am I going to commit to this? But it is like a thing, but it's a thing for all dads. When they're like 30s, 40s, they get into smoking and they get into barbecue. And why don't women equally get into that? I know there's like some women who throw down and make some incredible barbecue, but I follow a ton of barbecue channels. Most of the guys I talk to, they're the sole barbecueist in the family, or they get hyper into smoking.
Yeah.
How did we get into that so passionately?
I mean, I think the reason why women don't do that is 2 words: girl dinner.
What? Okay.
Women don't want to spend 12 hours smoking a brisket wrapping it, spraying it. When we can open the fridge, throw some charcuterie together and some like chocolate covered pretzels and whatever our favorite drink is and snuggle up in a blanket. Like girl dinner is almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
And the guys sat out there and sweat, like our eyelashes, like our makeup, everything would just be all messed up if we were to have to like spray the apple cider vinegar stuff all over it. Like that's a lot.
But ladies enjoyed smoked meats. Like,
oh yeah,
who doesn't like a smoked ribs, a brisket?
No, for sure.
Pork shoulder,
I was
pork
watching
butt.
a show the other day and they were talking about last meals and I thought about mine and I was like, ooh, some like, macaroni and cheese with brisket would be probably my top last meal because it's so delicious.
That's
but I'd
really good.
I don't know how to make the brisket, but it's delicious.
Yeah. But nothing's as good as a Texas Twinkie.
Oh my gosh.
Most people don't know what that is. I didn't until recently. Who knows if that's even really what it's called? But it starts with it's quite a process.
It's the most work.
You have to have a brisket already smoked, so that's a full day that you already have to have done. So Texas Twinkie is you take a jalapeno pepper and you want to cut it, but not in half. You want it to be intact, but you cut a T. So at the fat part at the top, put a little cut, but not all the way through. And then down the length of it, you slice. So it kind of makes a T, open it up, scoop out the seeds, and then you fill it with
cream cheese.
Yes, cream cheese, some sharp cheddar, chopped brisket, a little bit of barbecue rub. You stuff that in there. And then where the magic happens.
Oh my gosh. Wrap it in bacon.
Wrap it in bacon, like a toothpick through there.
Yeah.
And then you coat it in barbecue sauce. Then you smoke it.
Delicious.
And it hits all of the things. It's spicy, it's savory, it's umami. I'm still not sure what that word means, but I like that.
Who knows?
But it has that. It's got a little umami inserted into there. But speaking of barbecuing, that's the guy thing, right? That is like pulls us dads.
Yeah, it's like your dad hobby.
But I figured out the lady hobby. Many people have. It's bread. And you're guilty of it too. We're all a part of this.
Yeah.
We're being
dude, you're so
curated into be this. It's like this typecast thing. Like
that's so
I don't
weird.
think about, and I want to talk about the bread, but even think about a different generation. Like my dad at one point was probably, he's still cool, but he's, a 67-year-old
trendy
grandfather.
At some point, he was trendier in his life.
He's super cool.
Because he is cool.
He's the coolest.
But at some point, he was closer to being on trend.
That's what I'm saying.
Than maybe
he drove a Camaro.
Cool
he had a mullet. Like all those things that were cool back in the day. Oh, he had a flowing mullet. Like, yeah.
I feel like maybe I've seen photos, but I don't
Mississippi
know
waterfall.
Oh
and
my
he has
gosh.
curly hair, so it was like
those are the best mullets. Is like the brushed out curl mullet.
Yeah, and you can flip, like just the flip, it's got bounce to it. He had a sweet mullet. Yeah. Did you know that my dad did, I'm not trying to put my dad on blast. Did you know he did bodybuilding?
Yeah, I've seen the photo.
So it's weird to see your dad
so impressive,
jacked, like in a Speedo. He was like holding me or my
holding
sister
you up on his shoulder.
He was more jacked and ripped than I've ever been.
Yeah, no, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of like people our age get into the hobbies we have for utility. Like people don't just go out and be like, oh, you know what I really want to get this year? 2025 new minivan. It's so sick. Like they don't do that, but they have been in enough like situations with kids in parking lots where you're just living on the edge, whether or not these kids are going to wing those doors open and hit the car next to you. So you're like, I've got to get a minivan for my sanity so that I don't have to worry about this anymore. Or I've got too many car seats. And so for dads, it's like, well, I've got kids at home all the time. I can't leave anywhere, but I want to eat good food.
Do you know what I
mean? Because you can't always enjoy a good meal out when you have little kids because there's always interruptions. They need all the things. So it's like you kind of get into making that stuff for yourself because you can't go out and enjoy it as much as you want to.
It's kind of an introvert's dreams. Oh, I got to go home and check the brisket. I've got to go spray it.
You just got to stack on the layers of excuses to like not be able to go out. Oh, it's the kids. Oh, it's the dogs. Oh, I got the brisket on.
I've used them all.
I know. They're the greatest excuse.
I've been there. Yeah. Those are all wonderful things. At home, caring for like injured animals and serving brisket to sick kids. Like
for sure.
Yeah. So the bread thing, how did that snare you? I feel like this is it's everyone. Like when I'm in the office, it's
everybody's talking
they're
about
talking
bread.
about breads. They're bringing in their breads.
Yeah.
they are talking about starters, which seems kind of gross, the language they use. I'm sure it's not as gross
To,
as
like,
it
feed
seems,
it?
but they're like, I have to feed my starter.
I
Like it's a
know.
little creature, like a little gerbil in a cage that they
It's like a
keep
gremlin.
trapped. It's a gremlin.
Because you add water to it, you
It
add more
grows.
flour, and it grows and it
Yes.
multiplies, and you have to take some away. I've never done the starter.
Don't. Hey,
I'm trying. I think I might.
listen.
Okay, but here's the thing, okay?
Okay.
I make bread for our family, and I make sandwich bread.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
So good.
Fluffy, yummy sandwich bread. And what I have done recently is trade sandwich bread for sourdough from a couple different friends.
Barter system.
So I do have...
We're going back in time now.
I'm like the ultimate trad wife, bartering my goods for theirs. But I love the sourdough, and I never liked sourdough as a kid because it was very like...
Tangy.
It was almost like tangy and acidic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is, if my taste has changed, if sourdough's changed, but I really like sourdough bread. Like my favorite is just a thick slice, toasted with just, I like Kerrygold butter.
Yeah.
But I have never made a sourdough because it is work. You have to feed it and let it multiply and take stuff away and feed it again and da-da-da-da-da.
I don't like that.
Watch the bubbles, I think.
There is enough living creatures in this house for us to be responsible for.
Oh my
we don't
gosh.
need a little...
It feels a little bit like a
Gremlin bread or whatever.
kitchen fridge science experiment.
Yeah.
And those are never good.
No.
No. But yeah, I mean, I guess bread could be like the new modern day women's version of, barbecue. I mean, I get that. But bread is just so good.
Yeah, I just... When do we... And every now and then you'll meet a person who is broken out of the matrix, like out of this system that like we all... Like, I go hang out with dads. We all look the same. We've got our vest on, talking about smoking meats, where we're taking the kids. It's the sports talk comes up. It's just we're being copied and pasted. Like we're so similar. And every now and then you'll meet someone and they've broken out of that. Like you'll meet the 40-year-old man who has like some like flip-flops, not name brand, not like Birkenstocks, but just some random flip-flops, cargo shorts, hoodie, long hair, played frisbee golf in the middle of February. Like the dude, you'll meet one of those guys
you meet the dude.
And you're like, how did you break free?
How'd you just be yourself?
I like that. I love those people and we should learn from them and keep them in our lives because as the barbecue
I don't know, I think
and the bread and the minivan and the vest, like we keep, but
I don't drive a minivan and I don't make sourdough.
You think about it.
I don't.
You fantasized about minivans.
I did for a while, and then the pandemic happened, and then I didn't have to park next to people at school pickup anymore.
Oh, because they would hit your... Okay.
Yeah. Like, I literally... One day, I was in the school pickup before the pandemic when it was like you just park and you go in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little one in the back seat, so I had to get out, and I'm like pinned between my open door and the baby, getting her out of her car seat. When this person comes and starts like backing in and almost hit my vehicle and starts pinching me. So, I mean, it was also a little bit like, I was afraid for my life. Like the door almost killed me because this person wasn't paying attention while they were in the parking lot. So anyway, but I don't make sourdough. I wear my own style.
But
I don't look like the dude.
Not even close.
But I think, I'm trying to be my own person.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But hey, listen. If we don't get ahead of this, I'm gonna because here's the next step for me. Okay,
what's the next step for you?
Here's the next step for me. I've achieved all the things that I kind of dreamed of. Like I get to do what I absolutely love and adore for a living. All I wanted to do was just get married, and I found the most beautiful woman in the world. I just wanted kids and to be a dad. I've kind of done all that. There's only one thing left for me, is to be just an old grandpa that just enjoys life. So the next. If you see me, if you ever walk in and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, probably Facebook because I'm getting older. If I'm on Facebook and I'm looking, and if I'm receiving ads for like orthopedic shoes, Gold Bond powder, like that's the next step.
Hearing aids.
White New Balance hearing aids.
There you go.
You're watching me be curated by the system to become a grandpa. And maybe that's okay.
It's okay.
I think that's fine.
I think that our culture is way too obsessed with not aging. And like not wanting, I mean, we have like this Peter Pan culture where we don't want to look our age. We don't want to have gray hair. We don't want to wear clothes that are associated with grandparents. Grandparents are like, oh, you got to call me Zsa Zsa now. And oh, I'm this. Like, just be a grandma. Just be grandpa.
Yeah.
Or like a traditional equivalent name. Like there's Meemaws, there's Pop Pops.
Yeah.
Like those are just traditional grandparent names.
Mm-hmm.
But like we're obsessed with like not going into the future.
Yeah.
We just want to stay the same.
No, we did.
And I don't think that's cool. I think the future has full like possibilities. Like it's just fun.
Yeah. I can't wait to have gray hair. I'm really hoping.
I'm way ahead of you on the gray hair front.
If not, that's fine. But if it's still there, I want it to be gray because I think gray hair is cool. And I am committing here publicly to not dye my hair or my beard,
not color
or mustache,
grays.
or goatee, or my eyebrows.
Goatee, I don't think that's necessary. We're not going to go that far.
That would be pretty. That'd be pretty sick if I had like white, gray hair and just a jet black goatee. That'd be a look.
I'm dead.
What?
I'm dead.
Yeah.
No, but don't. I'm saying like, please don't cut your hair into a goatee. Like I'd rather you go mustache, but like don't go goatee.
That might be the next step. Yeah.
No goatees.
Or go back in time and like go back to my dad's coolest peak era, like Camaro, mullet, goatee. I don't know if
you
he had
have stick straight hair. Your mullet would not have the same luscious, curly, fluffy factor.
It's gonna look great. But as I mentioned, I've achieved the things that mean the most to me. Why not just try some stuff?
Yeah.
Mullet, goatee, thin mustache. I've done the thick mustache. I look like a cop.
You did look like a cop, but you looked good.
I thought you told me to shave it pretty much.
No, I love when you grow a beard, and I thought you looked really good with a mustache.
Yeah. No, not a fan of the beard. It too itchy. Get like a little piece of egg caught in it after breakfast.
Plus, like he had to have a beard towel. The beard towel.
Oh, I forgot.
He literally hung another hook in the bathroom with nails and screws to hang just a hand towel for the beard.
I can confidently defend myself on this, okay? So in the restroom, I needed 3. Why are we talking about restrooms again? I needed 3 towels at that time.
3?
Well, so you have your shower towel.
Okay,
normal.
that doesn't count. I'm talking about like at the sink.
But I'm saying in any given point, I have 3 towels in the restroom. Mm-hmm. I have the shower towel.
Sure.
Have the hand towel. That used to be, that's all I have now. When I had the beard, here was the problem, is I'm brushing my teeth, whatever. The beard gets wet and it stays wet. And I'm not going to do like the pat on the, I'm not going to do that. But I don't want to put my lips on the hand towel. That feels gross. I don't want to put my lips on the body towel. So I had a specific beard towel hung. Is this weird?
No, but it's
so I could
body
pat
towel.
dry. And I think I maybe caught a kid touching my beard towel. And so why are you touching the beard?
It was very strict. No one was allowed to touch the beard towel.
Don't touch the beard towel.
And you did. You screwed it into the wall.
What? Oh, I can't. Yeah.
That was in Virginia.
Yeah. I can't grow a beard just for that. We don't have
another hook. And it was like you had
hook.
beard products and you had a special comb. And I think you just ultimately felt like it was too much maintenance.
It was a lot.
And trimming and yeah.
I'm not a fan. I feel like a wet dog when it's wet. I didn't like that.
That's kind of weird.
Beard towel era is over. By the way, I mean, a beard is a facial accessory for a man, right?
Yeah.
What is the limit for facial accessories on a man? I had this debate, not a debate, but
a limit?
This was
like
was introduced to
glitter
me by
beard?
No, this was introduced to me by my buddy Bob many moons ago, and he said I've exceeded my limit today. So what are you talking about?
What?
And he said I've exceeded my facial accessory limit. And he said a man can only have 2 facial accessories at a time.
What?
Otherwise, the minute you hit 3, it becomes a disguise. So you can choose your accessories. And an accessory for him was glasses. That's accessory.
Okay.
Beard, goatee, accessory, hat. So he would often, it would be glasses, beard, right? That was his go-to. When he put on a hat, the joke was, he's like,
it's a disguise.
I'm in disguise.
No, I get it.
So would you agree with that? Like, what is the limit to a man's, the facial accessory? Is it 1?
Like the head
is
accessories.
It 3?
Well, I don't know how much farther you can go beyond a hat,
well,
type of glasses.
The hat is touching your forehead, which is your face.
facial hair.
Yeah.
Like a hat, glasses, and a facial hair is kind of the limit because I don't know that like earrings would like do AirPods count because I'm sure those weren't around when Bob told you that.
Isn't ear a part of the face? Or is it?
It's part of the head.
It's its own digit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how many more accessories can you have other than something on your eyes, something on your face, and something on your head? That's it.
People have a lot of piercings.
Basic, but you just told me that ears are not a part of the face.
So, this next generation, these youngsters, facial tattoos.
Okay, but what about masks? That's a new thing.
That was a facial accessory.
But it wasn't around when Bob told you that. Like, this is pre-pandemic, I'm sure.
No, but it was then. So, there was people really breaking beyond.
Yeah, think about during the pandemic, we had mask, glasses, hat, probably full beards, probably earrings.
Way beyond disguise.
Double masks.
Unrecognizable. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think
I like your face the way it is.
Oh, thank you. Zero accessories at the moment, but
zero.
I do think that just to establish it on this podcast, 2 is the maximum facial accessory. Beyond 2, you're in disguise.
You're in disguise. Heard. Well, I wanted to give you a proverbial juicy fruit, like a little kudo, a little tip, a little thank you for everything you've done.
Oh, wow. You're so kind.
No, I do because you've been sick. You were sick in December. And we had another kid sick, right?
Yes.
Then here, kind of January, February time, you've been sick, a kid was sick, a dog was sick. So I've had to, take on some of your jobs. So I wanted to say thank you because I don't like your jobs and it's a lot of work. And so I always do feel like I appreciate what you do around the house. But at the same time, when I have to do it on top of my jobs, and you can't do it all,
no.
It's a lot. So I just publicly want to say thank you because you do so much. So,
well, thank you very much.
And then it's got me thinking like we've been showing our kids some of the movies that we grew up with or like 90s films. They really like Freaky Friday. And I was like, dang, this is like a Freaky Friday Joe because I have to do his jobs. I didn't try to cook like you do, but I did kind of wonder like, what would it be like if we Freaky Friday'd? And you had to do all of my jobs and I had to do all of your house jobs. Like, what would that be like?
It'd be a nightmare.
You'd be doing laundry like you're like in a 1975 conga line. You just wrap it and throw it and wrap it and throw it. Like, could you imagine?
I can't do the laundry. That's not.
Could you imagine?
What if
I had to cook the chicken?
Oh, it'd be like boiled.
It'd be so bad.
Dry.
It'd be so dry.
No seasoning in this house. Just a mist of salt.
That is so not true.
You can hit some seasoning.
I season it. I just overcook chicken. It will be
boiled in water.
I do not boil it.
With seasoning.
No. I cook chicken in a pan. I can't.
You've come a long way.
I can't barbecue.
Remember some chicken that has become a title in our house? Yeah. You had the best intentions.
You'd be eating some chicken.
When we got married,
the whole time.
You were such an amazing wife. And you would just make meals for us, and I never knew how to politely be like, man, there's this amazing Mexican restaurant on the corner. I think we should try it. And you're like, but I'm going to go ahead and cook tonight. I was like, what's on the menu? And you'd be like, oh, just some chicken and some vegetables. And I was like, what is some chicken? And it summed it up perfectly. It was just some chicken. It was just like a white, dry.
It was so bad.
Bland, like, it was just some chicken. But where did you get the some chicken recipe? Where did that come from? Was that your own head? Was there a really bad cookbook that you found from just eons ago that just said some chicken?
I just think
ingredients or directions. Throw in hot water, scald, serve. Like,
I'm crying.
Where did you get the some chicken recipe?
So, probably just like out of thin air. Like I never knew how to cook when I met you. I could make eggs.
It tasted like thin air.
I could make eggs when I met you.
Yeah.
And peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I could microwave things.
Yeah.
I've just lost it.
Yeah. Some chicken was on the level of the infamous just some pepper. the worst dinner date that we've been to.
Oh, that was amazing.
And we went to this couple's house. We didn't know them. And
so I'm sitting there and we've got steak and asparagus.
Well, first, set the scene. Invited to their house, didn't know them. Yeah.
Didn't know them very well. Loose acquaintances. We're sitting there and they're very, very nice. And they've gone through the trouble of giving us this lovely meal. And the asparagus is one of my least favorite vegetables. I just hate asparagus. We've got asparagus and steak, classic pairing, only I could not swallow the steak. I couldn't chew it. It was so dry.
Yeah. I watched him through the process and I didn't, we were young. I didn't really know. This is I think I maybe had the vest, just getting into dad mode, knew nothing about barbecuing other than made a few steaks in my life. Charcoal,
right. You hadn't made very much. And clearly we've established I was in no place to judge.
Yeah, I probably still had some chicken in my belly from that lunch at this dinner.
Yes.
But I watched him make it. And to this day, I've never seen anything like it. He just had a flat pan.
Cookie sheet.
It was a cookie sheet. And he put a couple flat steaks. We're not talking filet ribeye. This is just...
I don't even know. Maybe a New York strip?
No, not even.
No?
Thin, cheap cut. He just threw it on the pan.
In the oven.
And just put it in the oven. No, there was no salt. There was no oil.
Yeah.
And then once it was to the texture of a leather shoe, he pulled it out and plated it. And we started to eat. And just trying to make conversation because the first bite would not leave my mouth. And I was like,
it wouldn't chew.
So what'd you season it with? And he was just some pepper.
I know.
So he just some pepper, threw it into the oven, and we battled. It was a battle, wasn't it? I had to ask for more water.
I had to ask for more water too.
More water. We're parched.
But I think, I kind of picture him now. He's around our age. He's probably one of the cool dads with his cool smoker.
No doubt.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were little fellas. We were little fellas.
He's probably I just remember him being... He was
very
a
good.
Super fit tennis player. I bet now he's got a little bit of a belly on him. Dad mode.
Just like a dad mode.
3 kids, 2 dogs.
I love that.
I bet he is a barbecue champion.
Dude, he's probably a master.
This is sous vide. He's got charcoal grill.
Yeah.
He's got the pellet grill. He's got the wood offset. He's got the Argentine, suspend above the open flames. He's probably a master.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Good for him. He's probably grown up a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely.
Well, I wanted to ask you, would you be my Valentine?
Yeah.
Because it's Valentine's week.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I wondered as well, I know my budget to buy you your Valentine's card, and it's a big ol' 0.
Yes.
I don't buy him a Valentine's card because...
If you couldn't imagine, I have strong feelings about...
You have strong feelings about Valentine's card.
Cards.
So I did go to the greetings card store recently, and I saw this amazing card, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'll buy this one. I turn it over, $16.99.
For a card?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, kids' cards...
What?
Sometimes kids' birthday cards will come with an accessory, like a jewelry or a ring or a candy or something. This card did not even come with an accessory.
The accessory better be $13 of real cash that falls out of it.
So that's my question, because you buy greetings cards for me, and we buy them for other people, but what is the budget? If you buy a 99-cent card that really communicates what you want to say, I love you, or you're doing a great job, or I'm really sorry to hear what happened, get well soon.
Yeah.
Is that a passive aggressive I love you?
No.
Is it a passive aggressive? I kind of hope you get well, but not enough to spend $3.99.
The greeting card companies know what they're doing, and that's why they plaster the price on there.
But what's the limit?
For me, it's 0, because it's just getting a card was from your spouse. It's hey, I just want to know that I was financially irresponsible with the wealth that we've been given. And I wanted to let you know that this stranger printed a few words on here, and I added some stuff to it. And it was $15.99 or whatever. So dude, I just...
$16.99.
Yeah. So what do I want for a card that's meaningful?
You want
and financially
me to either just tell you what I would have put on a card, or just write it myself.
Just write it on a piece of paper.
Which for your birthday, I gave you a toast.
Yeah.
Instead of the writing on the card, I gave you a toast.
You teared up a little bit, a toast.
I did.
Little Mina had the toast too. She grabbed the cups.
She grabbed 4 empty cups and she was like, we got a toast, everybody, to Dad.
Yeah.
And I think she even was like, 1, 2, 3. And I said like, hooray. And then she goes, to Dad. And it was very cute.
It was beautiful. And the thing about that is that moment is now, it's captured within my soul.
Oh,
like it was
like an
so
experience?
beautiful and yeah. And you're giving me just giving me a chore when you hand me a card, because now what do I do with it? Because
well, you throw it away.
Doesn't everyone?
I mean, I throw away greetings cards from certain occasions or like whatever, but I have all of your Valentine's cards you've ever given me.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's really,
they're cute. They're cute because you edit them and you write stuff in. Yeah. And you write nice things.
Well,
and so I keep them.
I only don't keep yours because they're etched on my heart.
Oh,
so
I just knew you loved me.
Yeah.
But no, overall, we're not Valentine's people. We never try to like go out on a nice dinner for Valentine's Day.
It's created by Big Valentines to get everyone to go to the restaurants, and they quadruple the price that flowers should be. And I bring you flowers, and it's nice because they're throughout the year. It's way more meaningful. They're more affordable. And it's like, hey, it's not a holiday. It's your day. I thought of you today, and I love you 365 days a year. And not just when Big Valentine says like, hey, buddy, go buy your $16.99 card.
Big Brother Valentine.
$60 for a dozen roses that you can get for $12.99 at Costco any day of the week. It's the same stuff. And then the cards in general, though, it's like, I don't know. I get a lot of cards like for my work and stuff, and I don't know the appropriate time to throw it away.
I know.
And
it is a hard thing to do because it is sentimental. Like the person put thought into it and you don't want to just throw it away. But at the same time, I think everybody does throw it away.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is the proper
length of time? If someone gave me a card, if I could just be honest and real, I would look at the card, instantly go, oh man, you thought of me, and it would mean a lot. I would open the card, I would read it in front of them, and I would say, those words that you thought to put on there mean a lot. The words that were just printed and published that you picked out, those don't mean anything to me.
They don't?
No, I usually I'm not even really paying attention. If it's fake printed words, get out of here. Give me a blank inside card and write what you want to say. But the people are just like, I spent $7. That's what, when they just write their name, it's just like, it's like, you couldn't have given me $7?
Dude,
I would think of you for a lot. You just bought me like coffee, or used to be able to buy lunch for $7.
If somebody gave me a card that was $16.99, I'd be like, bro, get me a 99-cent card from the dollar store and hand me a $15 gift card to
give me
Chick-fil-A.
$5.
Let me go get some Hashi Bees in the morning on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And that would be so good.
But after that card that someone would hand to me, if it was real, I'd throw it away because it's done. I'm not going to reread it. And it's not more meaningful if it is placed upon my desk for 7 days. So I wish we could normalize that.
Yeah.
Of just like, man, thank you so much, and just throw it in the trash.
You're weird.
Just honest.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're so different.
Yeah. Hey, I can't let this podcast go by because this would be 2 in a row without one of us airing a grievance. So here's what.
Did you bring one?
I always have one in the chamber.
I always have one. You can go first.
Oh, first? I'm saying we don't both have to have one, but I do think
I've got one.
Part of the thing that we committed on this podcast is to never be prepped. We don't know what we're going to talk about, so it's a mystery, and to be real. Mm-hmm. So we got to be real. We got to be real. Do you have a grievance?
I do have a grievance.
I have a couple. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Bring it on.
Okay, so my grievance is not necessarily just with you. It's both of us. I think this might be an exercise in the people seeing how badly I communicate my ideas to you and you understand and blah, blah, blah. So I think that one of the things that we do badly in life is picking up on each other's energy. When I really want to be like, okay, it's time to plan out the day, or let's go over the calendar, or like, hey, can we talk about these details? Sometimes you're not in that space. You're not ready to go. Mm-hmm. And I don't even say to you, hey, do you feel like this is a good time to talk about this stuff? And the other day, you did it to me too, where I was like laying in my bed, I'm all cozy, playing my little matching game while I'm just trying to chill and like unwind my life. And you came up and you were like hot and you're like, oh, we got to talk about this, da 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 da. And I was like, I don't think that I'm ready to talk about that. And you and I both do this. So we get a little butthurt when we're like, oh, but come on, why can't you talk about this right now?
Yeah.
I think we need to be better, not only at like picking up on each other's energy, but also just like saying, hey, is this a good time for you? And if it's not, just be like, all right, when is a good time? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I think there's a better way to do this. I think we need like a flag system.
Like we need some kind of, yes.
Like it could be a certain color t-shirt. It could be a facial accessory. It could be a hat we wear.
Oh my gosh.
It could be like a flag system to say I'm in the safe zone. To like a green, right? Red is like, or yellow. It's like, hey, maybe we could talk about the calendar.
Are you making fun of me right now?
But maybe this isn't the best time. Red is like, I'm having a day, buddy, or I'm very tired. And it's so.
Or like sometimes one of us will be walking out the door and someone will say, oh, no, this is the time I get to talk to you. And it's like, no, I'm walking out the door.
But it's important that we talk about everything in detail.
But is it important to get it while you're out the door or to let that person get in her car, drive down the driveway a little bit and then call? Because guess what? Wide open. Nothing to take up my attention except for the road.
I think it's better to continue to shout at them until they're out the door and then instantly follow up with a phone call.
As I was saying, da 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 da. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're not very good at that because then we also get a little like can get a little pouty with each other.
Yeah, I think we can learn from other couples on that of like when to and when not to talk about the thing. So
yeah, how do they deal with it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. You should tell us.
I don't know. All right, so I'd like to air a grievance.
Okay.
This one you won't take personally, but this is more taking a shot at a product, and I think you know what the product is.
Oh no!
And this happened this week. I was talking to someone at work, and they were discussing said product, and it made me think of you, and you are the queen of this product. You know what that product is, and this product
nail polish.
No, wait, what? No,
I have so many.
Keep going. Couldn't have been more off. Keep going, please.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Is it like a self-care product?
No.
Oh, no. Food?
No.
I don't know.
It's something that you're always so proud of yourself that you have used at every house, on every wall.
Paint.
It'll strip paint.
Command strips.
Command strips.
I don't use those anymore.
Are useless, and they are ticking time bombs. They're beyond useless. Useless just means like, this means nothing. Command strips are ticking time bombs. You are so proud of yourself that you use these little 3M command strips.
I'm never proud of myself. And I'm proud of tricking you into having something hang so long that you don't know.
I'd walk home. I'd come home and be so proud of you. Like, look at what she's done. Like, I didn't know that she was aware where the drill bit, you know, or where the drill was, and like she got it so level, and then it'll be, could be 3 weeks, could be, you know, a year down the road, in the middle of the night, in the dead of the night, you will hear a crash, of a mirror, a photo, just
crash into the floor,
a piece of something you got from a thrift store, whatever, a bowl. Just come smashing down, and I'm out there to go, you know, face the intruder, and the intruder has been there all along. Command strip.
On the wall.
So my grievance is against command strips, but it's also, can we just borrow those from the house? Not allowed.
I think they do have their uses.
Temporarily.
Yes.
But
I don't hang decor with them
anxiety.
Anymore.
So in general, if I know something's hanging from a command strip, every time I look at it, it gives me just a tinge of anxiety of like, that's a ticking time bomb. What's under it? Is like a child or animal going to be under it? Because I don't want to have to go through that injury.
Right.
So I'm glad that we got to get one little, a little something. So command strips, is it time to let those go as we are getting later into adulthood?
I won't use command strips on anything more unless it's typically, I'll use them for Christmas decor.
Perfect.
Like lighting.
Temporary.
Yes. Or like a temporary like bough of
light,
greenery.
Temporary. No mirrors.
No.
No bowls.
Bowls?
No thrift store. When I pick, Yeah, I just picture like a decorative like bowl. I don't know.
You're crazy.
A thrift item that you put on the wall.
Oh, because I thrift bowls and put them on our wall.
You could.
That is completely utter false.
I wouldn't put it past.
False.
Yeah. But hey, you look very nice.
Thank you.
And
I dressed up for Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine. Yes. So, yeah, thinking of you, all of those who don't have a Valentine's Day, that's all right. Rent a good movie.
It's just a day.
Read a good book. It's an artificial fake day anyway.
Yeah.
Love
for
yourself.
Greetings cards.
You know, get a cat, get a dog. God loves you.
Don't
There's
get a
love
dog right now.
There's love. Just accept it. Enjoy that day.
I love it. No, our Valentine's days are always very like chill and happy, and I like it, and it's just what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Melody, thanks for just our hidden producer. She works so hard behind the scenes.
We got to give a shout out to producer Mel for doing all of our graphics, thumbnails, logo.
All the stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well done. It's been fun launching this podcast, and you've done a lot.
I got a juicy fruit for you.
She doesn't know what that means.
No, I just didn't know how to respond.
Just thanking you, bud.
Yeah. You're a champ.
Thank you.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. Episode 4.
All right. Love you.
In the books. Love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.